Good afternoon, greetings and greetings again. Sorry about last week, but issues, and then the week before was not feeling too great, so did not have a recorded visual for this weekly weather report. But we're going to try again and hopefully add some more stuff as we go. I recently got a drone and I've been practicing with that, so maybe get some aerial footage and some aerial perspective of some pictures and whatnot of the weather at that time, or at least sometimes during that week, and throw that in weekly and see how it goes. So, with that being said, let's kind of look and see what we had going on last week. Last week we pretty much kind of had a pretty decent week. It was a lot cooler than it had been, so we're going into a cooling trend, and this week is going to be even better, although odd, and we'll talk about that shortly. But real quick to look and see what we had. This right here is kind of an aerial view that I took last week, and it's pretty much similar to what it looks like outside right now. This is with my drone flying, and as you see, this is facing northward towards downtown Abilene. You can kind of see here a little bit that right here's a water tower that's over there on Buffalo Gap by the mall, and then it goes down. You see these tall buildings down here. So this is the Hendrick ER Center and whatnot, and this Buffalo Gap. So you can see that this is kind of what we had. We had some nice, pretty skies with not too much clouds or anything. And then even going into the nighttime, we had also some pretty nice weather up at night, so nice and clear. So if you were out looking at the stars or whatever, you had plenty of time to do that through most of the week. But we also had some wonderful weather that was like this last week, coming in from over from Sweetwater. This is getting onto the road that goes down by in front of the base. So you can see right there, these clouds and stuff are coming in. There's some more look of that. But unfortunately, it seemed like although that there was a lot of rain and whatnot and a lot of lightning in this system, most of it went north of us, so we didn't really get too much of it. Got a little bit of rain that evening, but not a whole lot. It basically started raining. It's a little bit of rain. It's right when I was getting done barbecuing some chicken on the grill, so I lucked out with that, but then it just decided not to do too much, so kind of was like, hey, hurry up and cook that chicken. Oh, wait, I'm not going to do much. Anyway, so that's kind of a recap of last week. We might have some similarities coming with this week because we do have a really, really big cold front coming through. And when I say cold front, I mean it is a real cold front because we are looking at going from like high 90s, low 90s on Tuesday, maybe a high of 90 because looking like hopefully we're going to be getting rid of these hot temperatures soon and actually looking like we're setting up for a good start to fall on the 22nd of this month. That's when fall starts, September 22nd. But it's going to go from that high in the low 90s to some forecasts show in the 40s for a high, and some show 50s. I saw one of 59, but a lot of other ones are showing more around maybe low 60s. But still, a low 60s high on Wednesday. That's pretty crazy because you're looking like a 30-degree change right there. That's going to be pretty awesome. I know I'm looking forward to it. It's my favorite time of the year. I would rather be in the cold than the heat because to me it's a lot easier to warm up. Plus, it's that season, so I've got to go get some pumpkin spice, right? But anyway, after that, we're going to see some other things going on, but we'll cover that here shortly. So go into the live cam to see what's going on with that. Looking at our northward facing cam, you see that it is similar to what I showed for the aerial picture. I didn't take a new one yet today or do any kind of video for today. I'll try to implement that later. I got to figure out a better way to do it since every time I start trying to do these videos, I have so much stuff going and my computer wants to be really slow and buggy. So we'll just have to see how we can go with that. But you can see that it's got a few clouds, nothing huge or anything, just a few out there. But the majority is nice outside right now. It's got a really nice sky, and that's hopefully how it's going to be for the next 2 days going into Labor Day. So it should be nice tomorrow. But let's look and see what else we got going right now. So, come on. Slowly but surely, we will close this thing. Okay, we got this. All right, so this is our current wind map right now for September 6th. As you see right now, it's about 5:15, and that's says Eastern Standard Time. That's when this was actually done. It is actually 5:26 Central Standard Time. So this is taken about an hour ago, really. You see that in the United States, we have had a top speed of 28 miles per hour. Our average is 8.9. So zooming in a little bit, if it'll let me, you see that most of the winds are still like normal coming up from down here. So we got some moisture and stuff coming up right here. We're going to have the cold air coming down right here. And so we're going to have a little bit of blending up in this area right here. Of course, we're not over there. We're like more of down here. But this right here is probably going to show some front activities going on. It's going to push down and eventually come in down here later in the week. You see it's like a little vortex over here. So probably pretty interesting at that point right there. But the majority you see is still going in this normal direction that we usually see. So Abilene, all the winds are just going from the south, just like normal. Looking what we got outside right now. Maybe. All right, there we go. So right now we're looking at 97 degrees currently outside. It's up a little bit from yesterday, but still it's not too bad considering that only a couple of weeks ago we had 109 degrees. So that was pretty crazy. I'm glad I didn't have to get out for that. We've gone down quite a bit though on our humidity today. So yesterday we had 19% more humidity. So we were like 50%. So it was pretty muggy outside. Not the greatest day to be out there doing too much. Just get a little bit of sweat compared to like today. It's a little bit less. But you add that heat and that humidity, and it's not that pleasant. We don't really have much of wind blowing in. It's only about 2.5 miles per hour right now is what it shows at this particular moment. But again, it's coming in from the south like normal. So that's probably where we got that moisture coming in. We do have a little bit of drop in pressure right now, but we're still sitting at just over 1,000 millibars. Our high for today was 92, but obviously we surpassed that. Our low was 71. Very little chance of rain, so it wasn't going to do anything. Let's see. So we're down really right now with our UV, but earlier today it was a little bit higher. Since we are getting closer to being going to fall, the days are going to get shorter and shorter, so we're going to have a little bit less peak intensity for our wavelengths coming in from solar, from sun, because of that lower angle of sunlight coming in. So we are going to see less and less UV to worry about. So that's another thing. So, that's why the leaves start to change colors and whatnot. So if you're in a good area, you'll get to see that soon. We're looking right now that our time for our sunrise is 7:19, and we're now down to just before 8 o'clock for sunset. Just a couple weeks ago, we were almost 8:30 for sunset. So we've already seen a lot shorter days with that, and our sunrise was even earlier than that too. So we're like just a little bit more than 12 hours for our daylight at the moment. So it's just going to get less and less. Our moon is going to be out about 10:35, and it's going to be into the early morning. I can say pretty much last week, driving to work to Snyder every day, every morning I would see the moon. It was a full moon, and so it was really pretty at that time, so it looked really nice. And now it's waning, but it was still pretty cool. So looking ahead, what we got going, last week, like I said, we didn't get much rain. It says last rainfall was 4 days ago. That was when that rain came in, but it wasn't very much. That's why it's not really going to show very much on there. You could say it was maybe close to half an inch, because that technically, I guess, would have been September, but it really didn't seem much. It just kind of came fast and short, just like a typical summer storm. So they're saying bye for that season, I guess, trying to get it out of the way. So we're looking at right now this week, we got on tomorrow, we're going to have, looks like a high of 90 or a high of 80. That's doesn't seem right to me, but okay. Um, then we're going to be a little bit cooler on. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. See how it goes? It's been one of those days. I've been pretty busy. This is actually weekly. So this is going onward. This doesn't even look like it has the right information on it. Why it says the 3rd? Let me hit refresh just in case to make sure that I'm telling you the right stuff. I might not even telling you the right thing. You know, technology, wonderful, right? Oh. Seemed like it was telling the right stuff, though. It seemed pretty close. I don't know why it wouldn't tell me the right stuff. There we go. Yeah. So, see, it looks still pretty much the same. This stuff, though, was different. My bad. All right. So, looking ahead in the week. So, again, tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 95, so not really bad for Labor Day. It's not going to rain. It should be sunny. So, it should be pretty decent to do stuff. Going into Tuesday, we're going to have 92 for our high, but going into that evening, we're going to be looking at our rain chances increasing to 34% because, again, we're getting that cold front coming in. As you see right here, we have this right here projected at 66 degrees, but it'll probably be a little bit lower, and that's just the high. But it's going to be a lot of rain coming in. It's projected 0.10 inches, but it'll probably be more than that. I mean, it's a pretty severe cold front, but you never know. This is West Texas. It might decide not to come. And then going into Thursday, it's going to be a little bit cooler. I predict that probably it's going to stay similar on these 2 days, really. We might have some rain sticking around, but the important thing is we're going to have some cool weather. So, yay, it's going to be fall early. So you can go out there and do some stuff in the yard that normally would holding off for. Maybe if I feel like it, I'll go out and start painting my fence that needs to be painted. Friday, we're going to look at going up a little bit, but still in the 70s. So that's not too bad. And then on Saturday still, in the 80s. I'm fine in the 80s and 70s. If it was like that all year round, I'd be okay. I mean, I prefer a little bit colder because I like to wear the nice coats and jackets and go drink the hot cocoa and all that junk. But, if I had to, 70s and 80s would be fine with me. So looks like we're going to have a pretty decent weekend next weekend. I'm supposed to go out in the field, hopefully with my wife, to go do some drone footage for a project that they're doing for their biology research stuff. So that's exciting, especially if it looks like it's going to be nice out. And it doesn't look like there's much chance of rain. So hopefully it'll stay like that. But that's basically what we're looking at for the future. Should be a pretty good week. And that's a wrap. So till next time, take care and stay safe.